Welcome to The Military Explained, your channel for breaking down the hard edges of modern war. You've seen clips like this before. Grainy drone footage, convoys exploding, fireballs lighting up the night. But here's the thing. Even if the images look familiar, they cut deep, because they reveal exactly how this war is fought. They strip away the myths of brute strength and show what really decides battles: precision, timing, and strategy. Ukraine has learned to turn reconnaissance into a weapon, pairing aerial imagery with HIMARS rockets to rip through Russia's supply lifelines. Picture it, a convoy stacked with ammo, grinding toward Donbass, only to be erased in seconds by a single strike. This isn't just another explosion, it's a chess move in a deadly game of cat and mouse. Today, we'll track that hunt, how ambushes unfold, how technology drives the clash, and how the bigger picture of this war is shaped one strike at a time. This is more than fire and smoke. It's survival, strategy, and the reason Ukraine still holds the line. Let's step right into the battlefield. Dawn breaks, Russian trucks roll forward, crates of shells and artillery rounds, the lifeblood of Moscow's offensive. Every single load matters, because trench warfare devours ammunition by the ton. But then it happens. A HIMARS missile cuts through the sky, zeroed in by coordinates from Ukrainian scouts. One impact, and the convoy vanishes in a thunderous chain reaction, millions in resources gone in an instant. Russia's offensive, paralyzed, their logistics, in ruins. To me, this is asymmetric warfare at its sharpest. Ukraine doesn't try to match Russia, truck for truck or gun for gun. It fights smarter. Drones that once gave Russia the edge, like the Orlan 10, are now part of Ukraine's toolkit, flipped against their creators. HIMARS isn't just a rocket system, it's disruption incarnate, forcing Russia to hunt shadows. They scramble radar units, set up mobile posts, and unleash their own drones desperate to track the launchers. But Ukraine is already ahead, fusing intel from the ground and the sky, always striking first. This war isn't one-sided, and Russia doesn't sit still. Their recon units fan out, Orlan drones buzzing relentlessly, combing the fields for a trace of HIMARS. At last, they lock onto a target, coordinates fixed, missiles loaded, a kill within reach. For a moment, the balance tilts. Russian artillery, Buk systems, radar arrays, all aimed to neutralize the threat. But this is where Ukraine's coordination stuns me. Real-time imagery flows straight to HIMARS crews, and within seconds their rockets are in the air. The first hit takes out Russia's radar, blinding their hunt. The second obliterates the launcher itself. In minutes, Russia loses millions and their skies are exposed again. The pattern repeats. A BM-21. Grad fires in desperation, only to be vaporized mid-reload. For once, Russia gets lucky, tracking a launcher's movement from hundreds of kilometers away, landing their first confirmed HIMARS kill. Brutal, yes, but the damage had already been done. By then, Ukraine had wiped out far more than it lost. What this exchange tells me is simple. In this war, speed and intelligence matter more than raw firepower. Hunting HIMARS is possible, but it's like chasing smoke. Russia pays dearly for every small victory. Now the battlefield escalates. Ukraine's not just hitting trucks, it's hunting Russia's crown jewels. Take the Smerch, a 300mm rocket system capable of flattening cities. It fires, reloads, but before the crew even clears the site, drones feed its position to HIMARS. 2 missiles later, it's wreckage. Or the Tor system, a $25 million air defense shield that had been shredding Ukrainian drones, grounding recon flights. 6 UAVs gone in one day. Costly, yes, but persistence pays. Scouts track it, HIMARS fires. 1 missile intercepted, but the second slams home. The Tor burns, skies reopen. Then comes the TOS-1, Russia's flame-throwing nightmare, a system that literally cooks trenches alive. It retreats after a strike, only to be picked off in minutes. Another multi-million-dollar system reduced to ashes. To me, this phase is about attrition. Ukraine is bleeding Russia with surgical precision, turning Soviet-era firepower into liabilities. Russia floods areas with rockets, leaving craters everywhere, while Ukraine uses a fraction of the shots to achieve the same or greater effect. That contrast, volume versus precision, is devastating Moscow's arsenal, draining billions that can't be replaced. Layered with Western support and Ukraine's own long-range innovations, it's a battlefield reset. The old doctrine of mass firepower losing to the new age of precision strikes. Pull back, and you see this isn't just about hardware, it's about survival over time. The war has stretched into its third year, transforming from blitzkrieg into a grinding contest of attrition. HIMARS has been at the center of it since 2022, hitting depots, bridges, and command hubs deep behind enemy lines. Recent strikes torching Russian helicopters in Belgorod prove no rear area is safe anymore, but Russia adapts, shifting its war to Ukraine's power grid. Missiles plunge Kharkiv and Sumy into darkness, aiming to freeze civilians into submission. Ukraine answers in kind, hitting pipelines like Druzhba, forcing shortages and rattling Russia's economy. From where I stand, this is psychological as much as physical. Ukraine is showing it can hit back, even deep in Russian territory, while building independence with programs like Firepoint to extend its own strike range to 3,000 kilometers. On the front lines in Dnipropetrovsk and Pokrovsk, Russian offensives stall under the weight of precision strikes and layered defenses. Diplomatically, Zelensky talks peace, but Putin refuses. The battlefield sets the terms. And, with HIMARS still firing, Ukraine holds leverage. This is endurance warfare, and precision is the equalizer. So, what do we take away from this? HIMARS, coupled with relentless reconnaissance, has become Ukraine's symbol of resilience. It has turned supply convoys into fireballs, heavy artillery into wrecks, and bought Kyiv precious breathing room in a war of attrition. Russia has lost command centers, supply chains, and billions in equipment, exposing the limits of brute force. Yet moments like that first confirmed HIMARS loss remind us, nothing is invincible. Every move on this battlefield carries risk. Still, what we're seeing is a blueprint for modern war, where eyes in the sky and rockets on wheels rewrite the rules. To me, it's clear. Innovation is beating invasion. Strategy is beating slaughter. Winter looms, technology shifts, and Ukraine's future still hangs in the balance. The hunt is far from over. The only question is, who gets the next strike? And that's where I want to hear from you. Do you think Ukraine's precision edge with HIMARS will keep tipping the scales, or will Russia adapt and claw back momentum? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this breakdown insightful, hit that like button, share it with others who follow the war, and don't forget to subscribe to the Military Explained for more deep dives into modern warfare. Your support keeps this channel growing, and together we'll keep unpacking the battles that shape our world.